Yes, welcome all. In previous part, I have explained about the properties of a group, that is closure property, associative property, identity property and inverse property along with examples. Now, I will move to the next part, that is the first definition, groupoid or a quasi group. If we observe carefully the definition of a groupoid or quasi group, a non-empty set G is said to be groupoid with respect to operation star if A star B belong to G for every A comma B belong to G. Right. It is very easier definition when compared to all other definitions in a group. Right. I will move for the next definition. It is a semi-group. It is defined as a non-empty set G is said to be a semi-group with respect to operation star if G star satisfies closure property, associative property, that is, here we can say that G comma star is closed and G comma star is associative. That is, a non-empty set G should satisfy closure property with respect to operation star, associative property with respect to operation star. Right. If I go into the example, I have taken natural number set n along with the operation plus. See here, I have written n comma plus is a semi-group. Why? Because the reason is n comma plus is closed and n comma plus is associative. This explains that the set of natural numbers satisfies closure property with respect to addition and the set of natural numbers satisfies associative property with respect to addition. Right. The second example is q comma minus taken in simple brackets. Here q represents set of rational numbers and minus is symbol of minus. Q comma minus is not a semi-group. Why? Because the reason is, though q comma minus is closed with respect to subtraction, but q comma minus is not associative. That is, I have taken three elements which strongly support this statement saying that q comma minus is not associative. Right. We know that the associative property is A star of B star C is equal to A star B of star C. Right. I have substituted these three elements. 1, 5, comma, the second element is 3 by 2, comma 1. These three elements in Q, that is in rational numbers. Right. I have taken these elements and substituted in associative property. See here, 5 minus 3 by 2 of minus 1. It is not equal to 5 minus of 3 by 2 minus 1. Right. I have simplified here and the left hand side value is 5 by 2 and the right hand side value is 9 by 2. Therefore, this is a strong reason which is supporting the statement that q comma minus is not associative. Right. So, it is the best example saying that q comma minus is not a semi-group. Why? Because q comma minus is closed but q comma minus is not associative. I have found out one example which strongly supports the second statement. Right. If I move to the next definition, that is monoid. Monoid. What does monoid states? A non-empty set G is said to be a monoid with respect to operation star if G comma star satisfies 1. First property is G comma star is closed, G comma star is associative and G comma star is satisfying identity property. Right. If I move to the example 1, Z comma plus. Here the set is non-empty set is set of integers Z and the operation is plus. Z comma plus is a monoid. I have written the statement directly, and if we go into the verification part, the first statement is Z comma plus is closed. That is, this statement says that if we take any integers, two integers, and if we add, the resultant value is again an integer. Therefore, I have written the first statement as Z comma plus is closed. Right. If I take three integers, and if I substituted associative property, Z comma plus satisfies associative property, and if we go for identity property, 0 is the additive identity, and if 0 is substituted in A plus E is equal to E plus A is equal to A, for every A belong to Z, this condition will be satisfied by all the elements of Z comma plus. Therefore 0 is additive identity which is present in set of Z and it satisfies the identity property with respect to addition. Therefore here we can conclude that Z comma plus satisfies identity property. Therefore Z satisfies closure property, Z satisfies identity property and Z satisfies associative property. Therefore Z is satisfying the three properties which a monoid should satisfy. Therefore we conclude that Z comma plus is a monoid. If I move upon to the very important definition of this unit, that is groups, here we have come to the definition a group. See carefully, we have to remember about four properties. That is, the four properties are closure property, associative property, identity property and inverse property. If a non-empty set G satisfies the closure property, associative property, identity property, inverse property with respect to operation star, then we say that the set G is a group. That is what I have written here. A non-empty set G is said to be a group with respect to operation star if 1. G comma star is closed, second. G comma star is associative, third. G comma star satisfies identity property and G comma star satisfies inverse property. That is, if any non-empty set G satisfies these four properties with respect to operation star, then we can say that that particular set G is a group. Right. Here I have taken example 1. R comma plus is a group. What is capital R? Capital R represents the set of real numbers and plus represents addition. So here the set of real numbers satisfies the four properties: closure property, associative property, identity property and inverse property with respect to addition. Therefore R comma plus is a group. So here underneath this R comma plus is a group, I have written, since R comma plus is closed comma associative, R comma plus for addition, 0 is identity element, that is the identity element 0 with respect to addition is present in set of real numbers. In R comma plus every element has additive inverse. Therefore these four properties are satisfied by the elements of set of real numbers with respect to addition. Therefore we can conclude that the set of real numbers is a group with respect to addition. Right. I am going for the second example. Right. Here what I have done, you observe carefully. R comma dot is not a group. Here dot represents multiplication. Why I have written that R comma dot is not a group? Since the reason is for 0 belongs to R. This is the symbol for belongs to. If 0 belongs to set of real numbers R, there does not exist multiplicative inverse in set of real numbers capital R. That is, for 0 belong to R, there does not exist B belong to R such that 0 into B is equal to 1 is equal to B into 0. What does this represent? That is, multiplicative inverse of A is 1 by A or multiplicative inverse of 4 is 1 by 4. Now the element is 0. The multiplicative inverse of 0 is 1 by 0, where 1 by 0 is an undefined element. That is what I have written in symbolic form, that for 0 belongs to R, there does not exist an inverse B belong to R such that 0 multiplied by its inverse B is equal to 1 is equal to inverse of 0 into 0. That is, we cannot find any element for 0 which is a inverse of 0 with respect to multiplication in set of real numbers. Right. Next, I am moving to the next definition, that is a finite group. Here I have written about a finite group. What is a finite group? A group G star is said to be a finite group if set G contains finite number of elements. Finite itself says that countable number of, that is, we can count the elements which are present in a particular set. So here it is a finite group, that is G should satisfy all the properties of a group with respect to operation star and G should contain a countable number of elements. Therefore, then we can conclude that the group G is a finite group. Right. The example of finite group is G is equal to 1 omega square. It is the symbol for omega and it is the symbol for omega square. Right. This set you might have learned in your 12th standard or in your intermediate second year. Stating that 1 comma omega square, these three elements, if they are taken as a set, it is called as cube roots of unity. Right. G is equal to 1 comma omega square is cube roots of unity set. This set G is a finite group with respect to multiplication. Right. Here I have taken that, or I have written that G is a finite group with respect to multiplication. Right. That is, if I take these three elements of this set G, and if I take multiplication as operation, and if I test the four properties, closure property, associative property, identity property and inverse property, these three elements satisfies those four properties which a group should satisfy. Therefore, I concluded directly in this example that the set G, which is a set of cube roots of unity, is a finite group. That is, this group G is containing countable number of elements. Right. The second example for finite group is G is equal to 1 minus 1 I minus I. The same set you might have learned in your intermediate or in your 12th standard. Right. Knowing that G is equal to 1 minus 1 I minus I is a set of four roots of unity. It is containing countable number of elements. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. That is, this set G is containing countable number of elements, and this set G satisfies the four properties: closure, associative, identity, inverse properties with respect to multiplication. Therefore, this set G is a finite group. Right. If I move to the next definition, that is infinite group. Infinite group G should contain uncountable number of elements. That is what I have written here. A group G comma star is said to be infinite if set G contains infinite number of elements. That is, infinite represents uncountable number of elements. Right. I have taken the example. The first example is set of natural numbers with respect to operation plus is an infinite group. Though this set of natural numbers contain uncountable number of elements, all the elements satisfies the four properties: closure property, associative property, identity property and inverse property with respect to operation plus. Right. If I go to second example, R minus the singleton element 0, that is, whole of this represents one set. It is excluding 0 from set of real numbers. Right. It is one set. It is infinite group with respect to multiplication. That is, the set R minus 0 satisfies closure property, associative property, identity property and inverse property with respect to operation multiplication. Right. If I go for the next definition, it is order of a group. What is an order of a group? Order of group is nothing but the number of distinct elements present in set G. That is, the number of distinct or different elements present in a group G is defined as order of group, and the order of group is denoted by capital O of capital G. Here I have written the symbolic representation of order of a group. I repeat once again, the number of distinct or different elements present in a group is defined as order of group, and order of group is denoted by O of G or capital O of capital G. Right. Example, the order of group G is equal to 1 omega square is 3. That is, the different elements are 1 omega and omega square. Therefore, O of G, capital O of capital G is equal to 3. The next important definition is abelian group. Right. The definition states that if a non-empty set G is taken, and if the operand star is taken, and if G satisfies these properties: closure property, associative property, identity property, inverse property and commutative property, then G is said to be an abelian group with respect to operation star. Right. The example is 1. Set of even integers is an abelian group with respect to usual addition. This is the statement. I have taken it as example supporting this abelian group definition. Right. If I go in detail, the set G is taking the elements. Right. See here, the negative even integers are running, and they are minus 4, minus 2, 0, 2, 4 and so on. Is an abelian group with respect to usual addition. Right. if we test these 5 properties, one closure property with respect to addition, associative property, identity property, inverse property and commutative property with respect to addition, all the elements of this set G, that is the set of even integers, satisfies these 5 properties. That is why I have directly concluded in this example that the set of even integers is an abelian group. Right. If I go for the second example, q plus q, this plus is taken as suffix. Q suffix plus states that it is the set of positive rational numbers, is an abelian group with respect to special binary operation. Right. Till now in your previous classes or in this present class, you might have not seen or you are not aware of this kind of operation, right? It is a special operation which is joining two elements a comma b by the condition a into b by 3, right? It is a special operation, especially we see these kind of operations in group theory, that is in abstract algebra, right? A star b is equal to a into b by 3 for a comma b belong to q plus. It is the set of positive rational numbers with respect to this operation satisfies the 5 properties, that is closure property, associative property, identity property, inverse property and commutative property. Therefore, I concluded in this second example that q plus is set of positive rational numbers, is an abelian group with respect to special binary operation a star b is equal to ab by 3 for a comma b belongs to q plus. The third example, the set Z of all integers forms an abelian group with respect to special binary operation, that is a star b is equal to a plus b plus 2 for every a comma b belongs to Z. Here in second example, the special operation a circle b is connected with the condition a into by 3. In third example, here a star b is the operation which is connected between two integers by this condition a plus b plus 2 for every a comma b belongs to Z. Right. With respect to this operation, special binary operation, all the integer elements satisfy the 5 properties: closure property, associative property, identity property, inverse property and the commutative property. Till now we have learned the conditions for all the properties of a group. So in this part, let us go for the conclusion part. That is, let us know about the important points which we have learned till now in this second part. That is the first note. See this note carefully. Here in this note, only one condition is being satisfied by the elements of set G. In second note, the two conditions are being satisfied by the elements of set G. In third note, the 3 properties are being satisfied the elements of set G. In fourth note, the 4 properties are being satisfied by the elements of set G. In fifth note, the 5 properties are being satisfied by the elements of set G. Right. If I go in detail, the first property says that G star satisfies closure property, then G star is a group. The second condition states that G comma star satisfies closure property and associative property, then G comma star is a semi-group. The third property states that if G comma star satisfies the 3 properties, closure, associative and identity property, then G comma star is monoid. If the fourth condition states that if G comma star satisfies the 4 properties, closure property, associative property, identity property and inverse property, then G comma star is a group. And the fifth important point states that if J comma star satisfies closure property, associative property, identity property, inverse property and commutative property, then G comma star is an abelian group. So you would be well aware of the hierarchy of all the properties. The first property, closure property. The second property, associative property. The third property, identity property. The fourth property, inverse property. The fifth property, commutative property. If we are well aware of these 5 properties and their the standard representations, then we will be easily able to define all the definitions of a